So this is a quick video to show you not only how you're supposed to go over our course. I know that I'm driving you crazy only talking about this, but you keep asking how am I supposed to study it? I've never done Chessable before. But also I wanted to show you the other things that I'm doing along with my opening preparation to of course to continue to train and continue to improve. So number one, let me show you over here like these are things that I'm working on, right? So as much as you want to improve or really learn your openings, whatever openings you're working on, you also have to make sure that on a weekly basis you hit your end games. Make sure that you're doing some strategy. And look, this is just free here on Chessable. This is interesting. I became a pro on this website because it allows you to do two main things that I like. Number one, you have this feature that you enter your username from chess.com or any website you play on, and they will review your games and then do like a little tactics book here for you with positions that you've missed in your own games. So interesting to have that, but also this is an opening that I play as white. And while it's not on Chessable, I took everything that I had saved on websites like chess.com or Lichess. I did create my own course. You could do that if you're a pro user. And then, I just review it and so on. As you can see, I don't review it much. I have like almost 9,000 moves that I have to review. But it's already there for me to little by little, especially before tournaments, to review it. And of course, you have here counter blow. This is all I'm using for black. A lot of my students have told me, look, I'm going to cheap out a lot of books that I have because I feel like this has simplified my opening preparation so much. With that said, I wanted to go here over these 451 moves that I have. Just do a few. But before I do so, for those of you who have never tried it, I'm going to open up the course and you're going to see the chapters. The way it goes, you could click on learn and you're going to learn the material first, or you could review. Once you have gone over the material, then it's just the fun part: review, 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 review. If you get it wrong, and if I go back here, you're gonna see that there's some difficult moves. Like they keep track of that. There these two moves that I keep forgetting. So Chessable, we make sure to repeat them to you over and over until you just get the hang of it. When I go here, I left this one here undone for you to see more or less what to expect. So you could, if you get the video with the course, you can watch the video much better. If not, you're going to click on learn. And basically what you do is, and I think you don't see the whole board, but it doesn't matter. You're going to see the explanations, right? So this is just like an intro. You could skip or actually read and go over it, continue, and then next lesson. And then, you start going over the move. E4, D6, of course, I think they show them to you first and then you repeat them like 2-3 times. But just to show you, in the Austrian, we got to talk about this E5. We got to talk about if they play knight F3, where we covered in this course, we covered castling. But anyways, here we take, then we're going to trade queens. And after that, the knight is going to land in the center. Already that center is destroyed for them. Once I castle, I got a very nice position. Now I got to do it 2 more times. And this repetition for me, I think it's great. You get to do the moves on the board instead of just using the little buttons to move through the moves, to go through the moves. There we go. So this variation should be under control. And one more time. So this is the learning part. And of course, you're always going to have the explanations. Like you're going to see when I'm done here, you see you have all of the explanations. Now, typically you go through this first and then you do all of this repetition. But this is how you basically learn it. Once you're done with it, I'm going to go here and I'm going to review my moves, right? Let's say I already finished it completely. So I'm going to click on review and then you see I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to do only a few. I'm supposed to know this by heart, but maybe I forgot. So this is the fianchetto variation. We castle. Now, we cannot play 5. So I remember they could do knight F3 or knight G to E2. Knight G to E2, we treat it differently with E5 because they're not controlling E5. But in this case, we put pressure on it. Then we could play knight C6. E5 should be okay as well, but I'm going to go knight C6, put in pressure, E5, and then knight to D4, hoping they give us the pair of bishops, and then we get the semi-open file. So that one I got under control. This is me just reviewing. And if I get it wrong, well, they're going to ask me to repeat. You see, 92, I remember You see, 92, I'm supposed to just strike the center right away. If they don't take me, I take them. And then here I said you could play bishop d7 followed by knight c6, or just knight c6 and enjoy playing with this semi-open files in active pieces and a lot of control over the center. Now here's another one. This is the I labeled it as the harmonious variation, and it's a very nice one where we talked about the importance of eliminating that bishop. So I'm going to castle, and then the key here is to go knight c6 to go after that bishop. Of course, they could play a3, and we talk about it in a different variation. But then after I go after it, give me that pawn a6, and then we talked about the importance of playing b6. But before we leave the bishop, before we move the bishop and we leave this diagonal, we want to play 6 to control the f5. So this is more or less what you expect. If at any moment when you go over the repetition, you forget whatever, well, you go back here and you review it. Also, you're playing your games, you get destroyed out of the opening. Let me go to the course, see what Robert says. If it's not covered or it's not clear, you can always go to, if I go back here, I'm going to go to the home page. And if you go all the way down, you have the reviews, you have the discussions. There are a lot of already good questions asked, and of course, announcements that I've made. So just know I'm really active, I'm really paying attention and responding as quickly as possible. Let me actually see what we have here. Yeah, no, that's just a high five. All right, so I hope you found this useful. And of course, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments.